Now that we've completed a demo of classes in C#, let's take a look at files and exceptions. To add a new text file that we're going to read from our program, you can right-click on your project and then click Add in the menu. Finally, click New Item, which should launch a dialog box where you can choose what you're going to add. This is very similar to how we added a class earlier, but instead of choosing class, we can select New Item. Let's jump to Visual Studio to show you how it's done. I can right-click on my project, go to Add, and then click on New Item. Here you'll see many different types of files you can add, or different types of objects. We're going to choose General, so we can filter down the list a little. And then there's an item here called Text File. So you can name the text file whatever you want. In this case, by default, it's called textfile1.txt. And I would highly recommend renaming it to whatever you want it to be. Then click Add. I'll click Cancel for now because I've already added sample data.txt on the right here. My sample data file contains 2 lines. There's some data here. There's another line followed by some garbled text. So I can add whatever I want here, and I should be able to read it from my program. Let's take a look at how the program works. So we've added a new text file. We've selected General. We've selected the text file, and we've renamed it. And we've added some sample data to it. You'll notice that I've highlighted something down here in the Properties panel. It says Copy to Output Directory, Copy Always. The reason I want to do that is because when the program is compiled, it gets dumped into an output directory, but it won't be able to find the sample text file unless I also copy the text file there. So to make it easier on me for this sample, I've selected Copy Always so that this data file is always copied along with the program. In a real program, you can read from various different paths depending on the environment you're in. You should be able to copy the file over either manually or automatically to be able to read it. Next, let's take a look at some code here. At the very top, I have a using statement for system.io. This is necessary to use the StreamReader class. Inside my code, you'll notice I have a new block here called try, followed by catch. So what try and catch will do is it ensures that whatever I'm trying to do in the try block, if it fails, it will jump to the catch block and it will throw what's called an exception. Exceptions need to be handled in C#, and the most generic exception you can handle is the exception that's literally called exception with a capital E. There are additional exceptions you need to handle that are deeper than just exception. Normally, you would not handle just a top-level exception. You would handle something more deeper, such as a file not found exception. So let's take a look at how this works. In this using block here, I'm initializing this new StreamReader object, and I'm passing in the path for a text file. Since I only have the file name, it'll look for this file in the current path, which is why it was really important for us to set the output directory. Next, we have 2 lines of code where the first line says string line equals sr.read to end. What this does is it'll read the line till the end, and the next line after that writes it out to the screen. So basically what this is doing is going through the sample data.txt file line by line, and it's pushing it out to the console. If there's an error, it will write out this file could not be read after catching this exception. So now let's take a look at the actual program to see how it would work.